Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
Yo, everybody, it's your ride. So let's get to it. Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. What's up, Dan? The Fight Club of Pain is open.
What's up? What's going on, man?
I am in it today. It's been a wild day for me, but it's been a fun day, a prosperous day, a crazy week. I mean, I'm ready to get into it today. I mean, we got UFC 318 this weekend.
Yes, sir.
So what are you doing outside of the UFC 318? You doing something on Saturday, or are you hitting?
I think me and the wife are going to the casino when we're done with this. When we're done doing this.
Yeah, and it gives you a little break. I guess they've been running all day, so I've just tried to get that. Doctors threw up a laugh because I said I'm trying to get a soup deal with our soup can of the week. So that's hilarious. Like, it's great.
Cupo soup. Where are you at?
Cup of noodles.
Yeah,
Campbell's,
cup of noodles.
Progresso. Where are y'all at? We're looking for that. We're the Fight Club of Pain, and we're ready to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah. Woo! We're running it back this week. Bam! We was fire last week. Took down the slates. Scored a 661 on DraftKings. Of course, in some of the contests, it won first place. Some of the contests, it didn't win first place. But that's okay. The point is that we put ourselves in a position to win. All of you were in a position to win with the information we gave out, man. And, man, Dan, I've been trying to get you into it a little bit. But you understand about with the pricing right now. DK is killing us with the pricing. Over 6 fighters again, over 9,000. The only thing that saves us is going to be some of the people that we're going to mention, and then of course some of the people that are on my article tomorrow. I got some targets. I have a new section on my article. It's going to be just the straight up DFS section. So down there, boom, you're going to have the easy plays. You're going to have the prices for both sites. Man, somebody's got a hell of a price, almost unavoidable, and I think he's got it, and it's one of the fights we're covering, man. So when you looked at this card, what did you think?
I'm excited. They actually have evenly matched fights this weekend, and it's something that doesn't happen in the UFC a lot.
No, but a lot of people. And like in me, when you look at it, we said this too. When you look at the prelims, they look good. The prelims actually look good. There's a lot of action on the prelims. The main card is good, but there's like a couple. We knew these were a couple fillers to try to buff this card up just in case anybody may have dropped out of a fight or something happened. So we have 14 fights on this card. UFC 318, New Orleans. Yeah.
I love all 5 main card fights. I love them.
Oh, I'm not even disagreeing with you. Like, I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm just like, that's where a lot of the action. Last week, yes, we did have Lewis and Teixeira, but for my 5 tactics, I avoided both of them. I didn't need them.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the 10-second fall over backwards, climbing up the cage, wonky finish that he got. Wish you wouldn't have got it, Lewis, but hey, you did help me win some money, so I cannot not. Yes, you did call that, Dan. So take your lap. So, but DFS wise, it was just slayed. It just was a great week for us. There was so much on DK. I was 20 points away from $5,000 plus.
Wow.
And on FanDuel, I was taken out of first place by some wonky overnight change, but that's all right. We know that happens. We know that the scoring doesn't come through till the next day for most part with FanDuel. So that being said, it's just one of those things that we have to take on. Well, we're just letting people get in. So for everybody that's in here right now, the Fight Club of Pain is a show that we try to find finishes. Dan tries to play it exactly the way it's supposed to be played. And me, with my wild ass, I tried to make sure that you leave this show with finishes in your head, things that can happen. Now, the process may be a little confusing at times because we're going to hit multiple bets that all equal the same thing. But if for some reason an upset or something happens, you will be covered. That is what we do. I love to hedge. I love to do that, especially with fights. Fights are easy. Both FanDuel and DraftKings caught them multiple weeks with their pants down, and just, we're just gonna do what we gotta do. We gotta win your money, psych.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. But man, this weight right here, I already won my football bankroll, and I'm already playing in it. I've got a baseball lineup about to hit right now. I'm stacking. So, you had to get over to Dr. Roto, check out the cheat sheet that we have for that, and go from there. But I will tell you right now, something I have owned, literally, I think I've only lost maybe 2 or 3 out of like 10 or 11, has been the DraftKings draft snake drafts. They're only between people, $, $5, $10, $25. And I'm telling you, you're just going up against 3 people. Pick 4 fighters. Last week, there was hardly anybody near me in these lineups. I was smashing. The closest guy was 40 points. And again, I had Lewis. I had all my people that I needed on that card in that lineup. I had what's his face that kind of killed us was Garcia. I had Garcia.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, he got 79 points on DraftKings and 87 points on FanDuel. And like I said, or 81, and it just was that pool. He was at 100 until like the whole change up and stuff like that. But those were a couple of the guys. Those are the people that people are just looking over, because most people who are going to play this are going to go, oh, look, it's new, right? I guess you could call me a shark. I did go in and I'm a feast on you, because I don't care. I will go head to head against 2 people straight up. Let's go, because that's what we do. That's what we're going to do. And that's what we teach you at Dr. Roto. We teach you. So if you get over there right now, use code word DOC, you get a percentage off your prescription. You will also get access to the subs only Discord, where multiple DFS bets, lineups will always be for all sports. That's just what we do. We just want you to be our rich friend. And it starts with things like this. And for all of you watching right now, I'm telling you, hit those contests. Hit them. Hit them hard. I literally could finish. You only pick 3. Well, it's 4 people. You get 3 starters, best ball format, 1 bench. Let's go. Let's go. I can easily tell you by the end of this podcast, you go for these people and you'll hit it. Because again, everybody avoided Lewis. Again, people avoided Garcia. They just didn't know how it was going to work out. I'll tell you another person they got. Mike Davis. Mike Davis on the slates was 20 to 25%. He was my number 1 100% owned fighter last week. I am on a soapbox. But we had to make sure that we caught all of you up to key to show you, to tell you that this is what we do. And we're going to make sure that you have all of the fight theory. Going forward, I will be taking a lot of the fight theory out, actually all of it, out of the 5 tactics. The 5 tactics is going to go to more of like, let's say, more of like a cheat sheet style. So I'm going to have the DFS plays. I'm going to have some bets in that article as well, too. So if you missed this and you're part of Dr. Roto, you could just easily go to the website, check out Dan's Soup Can of the Week, and then check me out, because that's the new thing. That's the thing that we started. He's got a soup can for you, and we're going to have to get all this terminology, because we need to catch everybody up. We are changing the terminology. We are the UFC sheriffs, and we're just going to make our own lingo. What's wrong with that? It's just us.
Do you want me to explain what a soup can is?
Yeah, go ahead. Go explain the soup can.
So in boxing, we call them tomato cans. The guys that do nothing but spar, fight, get beat up, and basically lose fights. The old, worn-down fighters that were once...
The 2-16 guys.
The guys that were once in their prime, but are now still fighting for no reason. Those are the soup cans. And so, yeah, I mean, we kind of just came up with that term because in boxing, it's a tomato can. So in the MMA, it has to be something different. So it's a soup can.
It's got to be a soup can. In a soup, there could be so many ways. What if this guy's just chicken and stars? What if that girl's just tomatoes with cheese? Or what if this one's just cheddar cheese? Right?
What if he's just a cup of noodles, man?
That's it. What if he is just a cup of noodles? Just add water. Watch him grow. Hey, this one. Another warning about the Fight Club of Pain. We might get wild. But That's what this is about. We try to create a fun environment while you're learning, giving out free bets, free parlays. At the end, you will also have the parlay of pain. Because last week I went a little wild with it. This week it's a little more passive. I feel like it. So after the parlay of pain missed right off the go, even though there was a finish, even though it missed right from the go, I literally just re-entered it. I entered the second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and I started hitting it again. So the bets again were really great, but DFS wise, it was just nuts, dude. I know you. I was so excited for us because it's just starting the show since the Super Bowl and having to do all the research and learn on the fly the way that I have, and then Dan kind of learning podcasting and everything. That's kind of where we kind of led to. So this is where we're at. This is why we have fun. And the last thing before we get into the 5 picks we got. So I want to say, make sure if you guys have a question about any of the fights, all my notes are here. I can easily help answer those questions. Dan can easily help answer those questions.
The whole main card. The whole main card.
But Sean Strickland getting suspended.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Yeah, that's all. That's
he
it.
Shouldn't have went in the ring. That's all. He should just stayed his ass out.
He's a big dumb galoot. Dude, do you remember that term from the old cartoons? He's a big dumb galoot. That's all he is.
I still love him. He's won me some money though. And I've won some money against him too, but that's why I like DDP.
He's a great fighter. Sean Strickland is a great fighter, but he's dumb as a brick.
Yeah. Well, I think he likes being like that though, because seriously, dude, watching him, I don't know who's more entertaining, Costa on X or Sean Strickland everywhere. I don't really see him too much on X, but his Facebook is wild. He's wild.
I'm not going to lie. I would rather listen to Nate Diaz talk than Sean Strickland talk. And listening to Nate Diaz talk is like, it's a puzzle.
You better watch. He might come for you, man. That guy's looking for a fight. He was like, I'll take this UFC fight. I'll take this other fight.
Dude, I'm a big Stockton guy. I love the Diaz brothers. So
I know. I love him too. But dude, DDP just stomping out, trying to talk. He's like, I will go to war. I will die. I will ask myself every time that I will die. Dude, that fight with him in China is gonna be insane.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm probably picking DDP. So that means he's probably gonna lose. So DDP, if you're watching this, I love you, Drakus. You're the man. But I'm picking you. So that might not be good for the main event. That's all I'm saying.
If it goes past the first round, DDP is gonna win.
Yeah, DDP just, oh man, he is so good, so tight, keeps it good. But everybody is here. Everybody is here for one reason. They want to know what to play, what bets, what picks we're going to do. So just to give you a quick rundown, 11-1 last week. Dan went, 4-2? You went 4-2. I went 5-1. I only had that one loss. So another great week for the show. So if you're just picking money lines and you're watching this show, you have 2 different entities, you have 2 different people, 2 different egos to go off of and see if you want to be more passive, chill out, you want to be like Dan, or you want to get crazy and wild and maybe lose some money but win some big money like we did last week. Oh yeah, woo! Hey, let's get to it.
Hey, you can't say I don't get crazy because I pick a lot of underdogs, man.
Oh, dude, you do. You do. And that's the thing, is that's what makes us money, and that's what we're gonna have to do this week, because with the DraftKings pricing and stuff like that, you're gonna have to go cheap. But I'll tell you what, FanDuel, you better reset your set. You better reset that slate, bro. Because FanDuel, I'm about to take you again tomorrow. Watch me. Yeah, you just I'm going to run my mouth. Get to Dr. Roto's Discord. There's going to be some lineups. That's all I got to say. You left somebody out, and he's on their coverage. He's one of our fights. Let's get to it. First fight that we're going to be covering is Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Dan, talk about it.
All right, Michael Johnson, he is my soup can of the week, man.
That he is.
He's definitely my soup can of the week. He is 23-19, and in the UFC, he is 15-15, which means he loses as much as he wins. but he's also fought the who's who of this division for almost
true.
two decades. He's done it.
Mhm.
He's been doing it for almost 20 years. In his last 6, he's 4-2 though.
Yeah. Okay, go on. I was seeing that. Go on. That was
Four
wild.
and
I was like,
two. He's 4-2 in his last 6.
mhm.
Michael
That's
Johnson. He's very impressive in the first round of
mhm.
every fight. Slick boxing, uh, movement, his just his style. He fights in that Philly shell and he throws his jab very well. He's a great
Mhm.
boxer, but he is
Yeah.
zero cardio to last through a fight. I mean, if it hits midway 2:30 in the second round, he's
Mhm.
gassed. He's completely gassed. Um, but Zellhuber, he is he displays toughness. He likes to eat shots. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
He likes to eat shots when he's on his feet.
Mhm.
Uh, he's a very rangy guy, so he fights longer than
Yep.
most guys at his size.
Mhm.
His striking distance it is higher than most at this weight class. Um, but
Mhm.
he's never faced a talented boxer like Johnson.
Ooh. Yeah.
Uh,
All
he,
right.
he
Go on.
hasn't.
Mhm. I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, with Zellhuber, he is definitely like the new shiny toy, that guy that
Yeah,
I'm picking and I'm going to pick, and that's kind of what I do with that. I do love that Michael Johnson is a great boxer. He looked great yesterday. Great.
yeah,
So the thing is also that we're calling him a soup can. I do have Michael Johnson in one DFS lineup because I'm wacky like that. I just have to try. I have to be able to take that one shot at that one guy. But
I,
with
I'm,
Zellhuber,
I'm a
when you were
Michael
talking,
Johnson. I'm a Michael Johnson fan, bro. I really
I
am.
know.
I'm a fan of his.
Hmm.
It's
And
just
I'll
that,
say that Zellhuber was tested against Ribovic. Ribovic beat him. He did take him the distance, but right before that, he had 3 straight wins going the distance. He was highly active. Of course, his the last 2 fights he has had over 120 significant strikes. That is what you're talking about. That active.
yeah,
His significant strikes per minute averages over 6, and his takedown defense is amazing. But I don't think Michael Johnson's going to try to take this down. But I know he
no,
can wrestle a little bit.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think this is going to be a technical boxing match.
It's going to be a
It,
stand-up fight.
who do you think wins?
I'm going against the grain. I'm taking my soup can, Michael Johnson.
There it is. There it
Taking
is.
Michael Johnson by decision.
Michael Johnson by decision. So the cool thing about this is, of course, this fight is going to be in the positives, and because it's in the positives, that's going to put. I mean, Michael Johnson's a huge dog, but here's the thing: if you take Dan on Dan's side, he's just saying go to distance, right? Play the distance then, because right
Yep.
now the distance for Michael Johnson is, as soon as it loads up, the distance, I should have it right here. This distance, no, is a negative 146. However, the knockout is a plus 130 and the distance is a plus 122 to go to the distance. So you take the plus 122 with a plus 390, and as soon as you get a plus 680 parlay. Now, let's get dark and dirty. I love if this goes the distance or is going to go the distance. And I'm telling you right now, Zellhuber can absorb a lot of blows. But if something lucky happens, like a second to third round split knockout for Michael Johnson, you can get that at a plus 1900 right now. Now, under 2.5 is a negative 108. I love that. That is why if you do no distance and money line with Zellhuber, it's a -112. If you do the under 2.5 with the money line, it is a +114 because of that little thing. But I also love the sub 1 and 2 for Zellhuber and the knockout 1 and 2 for Zellhuber, because I think he's going to go in and he's going to get this done. I think it's been a long time since Johnson has faced someone, even though he has faced some really good talent, and I will throw this, has been in a fight with somebody who's going to throw 120 punches. A matter of fact, you can go to his last 3 fights, which is 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and 2 rounds, and you're looking at 1961 and 32. He's not even at 120 punches before you get to that 83. So I can understand the power. Go on.
Bruh, people forget that Michael Johnson knocked out Dustin Poirier.
And that's why Dan is on the show.
People forget this. He knocked out Dustin Poirier.
That is insane. That is insane. I mean, and I will say this too. He got knocked out by Josh Emmett, but it took 3 rounds to do it, and he was getting no action. But of course, when he did the Poirier knockout, that was before that. I do got to say that, having Moises, losing to Moises again by sub, it shows that he was in there. It took a couple rounds. So that's the thing, is that if you think that this fight can go over, which right now the total rounds for this fight is sitting, because, we're all low. It's still at 2.5. That's solid, people. -116. That's solid. That's what we're playing. I'm picking Daniel Zellhuber. He's one of my picks that I love, and I love him for DFS as well, too. The volume that I think that he can put out, plus the knockout potential is great. But if you do want a sway and you do want to go with Johnson on DFS, he's only 6,700. So that's not bad. I like it. All right. Let's move along to our boy, Kevin Holland, who's trying to fight 7 times this year. So I guess we're going to see him in 2 weeks or a week. I don't even know. Versus Daniel Rodriguez. Dan, talk about it.
Dude, I love both these fighters, and you know that, man. I've talked about both of them many times before.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Holland.
Rodriguez. But go
Kevin
on.
Holland, very physical striking style. He has a 7-inch reach advantage in this fight. He uses unpredictable angles and his jab to set up his big combinations. Mm-hmm. He has a high fight IQ, but doesn't like to get up when he's taken down. When you take Kevin Holland down, he doesn't know what to do. He's gonna want to control the.
He's gonna try and get a submission though, but
he's gonna want to control the distance with the bigger, stronger Daniel Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
And Rodriguez, man, he has relentless volume and pressure, and that's going to be the key to this, because Holland gasses because he fights too much.
I think he just likes fighting, but I agree with that. Go on.
He wants to get in close and dig in and work the body here.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to use leg kicks, and hopefully he can mix in some takedowns in this fight.
I agree with that. So, looking at that, do you think, I mean, we're not going to make the picks yet. I have some bets. Do you think that Daniel Rodriguez has a chance against Kevin Holland in the boxing department? Do you think he can beat him in a boxing? I don't think D-Rod's taking him down, though. Unless you think he is.
In straight boxing, no. But in MMA, he has a chance.
Now, I get that, with Rodriguez, he has a good strikes, significant strikes per minute, the 7. That is nice. I do like that he is a boxer. He's he's an active boxer, of course. And at the same time, he's got a strong tint. So to say that Kevin Holland's going to knock him out is not right. But the way Kevin Holland, and I've got to say this, both on the X and it's like a new inspiration. He's inspired. He's won a few matches. He feels really good. And we've already won money against Daniel Rodriguez. But what I like too about Kevin Holland is that, again, you can get those submission props a little higher than the knockout props, and it gives you a chance to recover your money, play a unit or two on that, and then hit up the other stuff so that way you're covered with the submission. Because when you look at it, that's what he's been going for, Holland, that is. And for me, that's where I'm going to be leaning. I know that this fight has a chance to go the distance, but I think Kevin wants it to go under. What do you think about that?
Well, let's not forget that Santiago Ponzinibbio rocked Daniel Rodriguez in that first round in his last fight. Rocked him, and if the bell didn't ring, he would have finished him. Let's not forget that.
We had a lot of money on Ponzinibbio too.
Yeah, let's not forget that. And Ponzinibbio does not carry the striking skill that Kevin Holland does.
No. I think when he won that fight, he only had 61 strikes, 66.
Yeah.
So, that was on the Rodriguez side. So, and Rodriguez is supposed to be an upscale boxer, but he's just he barely survived the first round, like you said, and then of course eventually knocked out in the third. So for me, I'm gonna be picking Kevin Holland. And who do you got?
I got Kevin Holland by second round TKO.
I love it. We're going to get this because I've already got some stuff on Kevin Holland. Let's do it. Money line and no distance is plus 197. No distance in money line on Kevin Holland is a negative 137. So just play Kevin Holland's win this fight if it goes distance. I'm telling you, he's going to win this fight. Yeah. So play that plus 197. Just throw one unit on it. That way you cover the rest of these. Money line, no decision. Play a unit on that. Knockout and sub. Negative. It's a negative 135. We're definitely putting 2 units on that. Decision for the fight is it's still, notice it, the under is negative 118. So if you feel like you don't want to play the knockouts, which I don't know why you would want to, then you can play that. On the Rodriguez side, I will respect Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez is going to come out and try to stop Holland. Mm-hmm. Believe me, this is about to happen. And he's going to go swinging. If he can get a clean strike and get Kevin Holland down, you'll get at a plus 1,200 for the first and second round knockout for Daniel Rodriguez. Now, you said second round knockout. Let's get it. Because let me just do this. Second round knockout, I bet that's a plus 550. Let me see. Man, I might be a little wrong with that. Oh, plus 700. That's pretty close. So you get the plus 700 right there. And then if you do what I'm doing, of course, round 1 and 2 knockouts, Kevin Holland plus 250. Cover with the 450. That's a positive. That's a positive. That's a positive. Put those bets. Put single. You will win money. I'm telling you, you're going to win money. Just take it from me and Dan. Ooh, yeah. So that's what we got. We got Dan the second knockout, plus 700. And you got all the other plays. You might as well just cover it all. So let's get this fight to the second round. And the second round wins everything. Come on, Holland. If you're watching us, come on, man. You got to do it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
I believe in you, Kevin. You have made me laugh plenty of times this week, dude. I love this. His hair.
I believe in Kevin Holland, just like Joe Hendry, man.
Yeah, Kevin Holland shows up in this chat and starts chatting. That'd be awesome. Do you know who could show up in this chat? He's the co-main event, but we won't get to that. Let's get to the next fight. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Ooh, yeah. Dan, talk about it.
Whoo, this is my favorite fight of the night. This might be fight of the night. This is my call for fight of the night.
Okay. I think you're right. I'm gonna back you on that.
I'm a big Dan Ige fan. He's always exciting and willing to step in on short notice. It doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes before the fight is gonna go. Mm-hmm. He will be there. He's a pure boxer, but he has that dog in him, and he'll brawl. Mm-hmm. He rolls and ducks with shots. and he likes to wear on people's cardio. He keeps himself in tip-top shape at all times, and he's always ready to fight. Always.
Truly.
Um,
Dude, short notice fights. Yeah, man. Keep it going.
he's always ready to fight. Pitbull, the longtime Bellator champ,
Woo!
found out the UFC is the big leagues in his last fight.
He did. He did. You were right about that. You picked Yari Rodriguez. I knew Yari was going to whoop his ass, and he whooped him up.
Yeah, so he's a great fighter all around. Solid stand-up. He has finishing power, good takedowns, but this is the fight he should have started with.
Yes. Go on.
This is the fight that he should have took first, not Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is on another stratosphere than Pitbull.
I agree with that as well. Dude, man, that was a bad fight.
Pitbull likes to move forward. Dan Ige likes people that move forward.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a clash in the middle. And the only time Pitbull will try to get a takedown is if he's hurt.
Yup. That's it. And that's sad too, because he's earlier in his career, he would take people down. He needs to go back to that. Maybe that happens this time. Maybe he goes, maybe I need to get back into takedowns. If not, he should just, at least for his next few fights, because he's signed for, a few more fights, he should definitely go train with the Fighting Nerds or whatever. Not, I know that just sounds weird as shit to say, but he needs to go somewhere and just remember that wrestling and take it down. Because this fight for him, he could do this. I know he's not in his prime, but if he brings the wrestling and he can take it down, and they do the exchanges with the striking, and it goes to card, he can put some doubt. He can win this fight. He can. I can tell you why. So, what I like about Pitbull is everything that you said. For me, Pitbull, I want him to win. My heart wants him to win. And again, me picking against my heart last week or a few weeks ago against Josh Van showed me where I got. I should be picking Dan Ige in this fight. I should be picking him. But I want to pick Patricio Pitbull. So I have not picked this fight actually, and I'm going to pick this live. We'll talk about the numbers real quick. So what we're looking at is money line and distance is a plus 121 for Dan, and then knockout plus points is a negative 185 for Dan Ige, of course. Distance is a negative 200 because they think it's going to go the distance, whereas the under is the plus 176. We're not worried about that right now. Points for the fight is a negative 240 now. This fight is geared to go the distance. Again, it's also can have a finish. So for me, when I look at the distance and money line on Pitbull, it's a plus 233. I'm going to play that. I'm also going to play the distance and money line with Dan Ige because it's also a positive. So when you look at that, you have a positive. Now, you could put the 2 units on Ige, and then you could put 1 unit on Pitbull. Now you're covered. Play your points, and then look at the knockout props. The knockout prop for both fighters is a plus 250. If this fight meets in the middle, which I think Ige is going to get it there eventually, and like you just said, Pitbull's going to run into it. With a name like Pitbull, his real name is Poirier. With a name like Pitbull, he's going to run into this damage. This fight could easily, you could see both fighters, if this would go the distance, over 60 to 70 significant strikes for both. And they're not really high output guys. They're more methodical boxers. So to get that much action is crazy. Everything I'm talking about, what do you think about that? Way back off that if you could.
The methodical boxer thing is the best thing that you've said today so far, because both these guys, they like to sit back, and both of them are counter strikers. So when you put counter strikers against each other, it's almost like a boring dance, like a boring slow dance to start.
Yep.
because neither of them want to start the exchange. They
Yep.
both want to finish it.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with that. So if they're going to finish it, then the knockout in the second and third round, I don't think it happens early. I think they kind of feel themselves out, exactly what you said, which is why I'm going to rule out the first round knockout. So if I'm wrong with that, I'm sorry, people, but that's the way it's going to go. Second and third round knockout by Patricio Pitbull is a plus 2,300. For Inge, it's a plus 7. Yeah.
Phew.
If he can knock Dan out, I know Dan is his guy, but Dan's a plus 700. So, wait a minute. He'd override. You're telling me we could play both guys money line distance and we're covered with positives. Both guys have 2 late round knockout finish probables that are positive. Could literally throw a half unit, a quarter unit on that. Look, you're throwing $10, throw $250, right? Throw $5 on it. Throw $250 on, throw it on both. Throw the $5 on Danny Ige, the plus 700. Throw the $250 on the plus 2,300, and bump up, I would say, Inge, money line, distance, yes, points. Whoop, got that? 3 units, and then put just 1 on the Pitbull side. That way, you're covered no matter what. But I will tell you this. Pitbull is the key to the DFS slates. He is $11 on FanDuel. That's criminal. I'm telling you right now, this fight goes the distance. Even if he gets me 60, 40, 50 points, I'll pay $11 all day for that. The fact that, look, he gets knocked out, and I look like I got to put my foot in my mouth. But I haven't been wrong on a lot of these. This guy is going to go the distance. He can go the distance. He went the distance against Rodriguez, and Rodriguez was tapping the shit out of him. Tapping. He took a lot of damage. And matter of fact, if it wasn't for that weird, wonky fall, Rodriguez still would have just been tapping him, but he wouldn't have ended that fight on his back. He wouldn't have. I'm telling you. And the fact that he took that damage, the ref didn't stop that fight, and he could stay somewhat relevant so it wouldn't get stopped, only tells you I don't think Inge's going to do that. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he needs to drop him and then maybe jump on top of him. But I don't think Pitbull's going like that. With the counterpunch and all that, it's going the distance. That means, look, yeah, you might lose out on some knockout bets, but guess what? Your DFS lineups will reward you. Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do. Bam. Ooh, yeah. All right. Let's get to what could be one of the most entertaining athletes on the X, Paulo Costa.
We didn't make predictions. We made no predictions.
2 weeks in a row.
We didn't make predictions.
Dan, who are you picking?
I got Dan Ige by decision, man, because I agree with everything that you said. Everything that you said was spot on. And I think Pitbull's going to learn that the top 15 in the UFC is better than all of Bellator.
I agree with that. I agree with that as well. And I'm picking Danny Ige. I love Pitbull. And if he pulls us wrong, guess what? We still win on DFS. This is why you cover. You use bets. You cover the bets. You play that so that if the improbable happens, the knockout by Pitbull, you win more money than anything. And $11 on FanDuel, and I think he's 74 on DraftKings. Am I right? He's 76. Because I gave away somebody for 7,400 on DraftKings. By the way, that's your slate breaker as well too. Between both those guys should go the distance. Win, lose, or draw, they're on most of my teams because those are going to be the cheap guys. Again, I did the average. I was telling Dan this the other day. Since the fight,
Sorry.
Bless you, brother.
Thank
Since
you,
the Fight
thank
Club
you.
of Pain started after you're welcome, the Super Bowl, I have had over 317 first round, finishes inside the distance on my DraftKings lineups, right? Now, when I did all the numbers and got that out, it brought that down to 4.4. Why do I say that? That means 4 fighters on my lineup, which we give a DFS lineup out, and this usually finish.
Four and a half. It's four and a half.
Four and a half. So somebody goes halfway through the fight and then just does some dumber fighter IQ stuff and loses for us. But that's okay. We're fine with that. So that's really big. If these are the two guys, wait till you see the other four. DK really has made pricing very hard, but FanDuel made it beautiful for us this week. So it's going to be harder to win. You're going to be more like showdown on FanDuel, but DraftKings, you got to be a little smarter. You're going to have multiple lineups. Guess what? I don't play multiple lineups. I play like 3 or 4. That's it. I'm not max entering. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I don't need to. Why? Because when I won last week, I didn't max enter. I just beat those dudes. Yeah, that's what we do. All right. I got Dan Inge, and we're moving along. I bet you thought I was going to pick Pitbull, huh? Yeah, you did.
I did. I thought you were going to pick Pitbull.
Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Dan, talk about it.
Paulo Costa, he's physically gifted, size, athleticism, power, speed, and all those twitches that he was coming with at the press conference.
Dude,
so
Simon was like, "What are you doing, bro?"
So his HGH was coming through.
Yeah, and then for like the face off, he comes in there. He's like shaking everybody's hand. Yeah. He looks all mad. He's like, "Oh, hello, oh, hey," and he's over there like. Brrr.
Yeah, Paulo Costa. He's a great fighter. He really is. He's a great fighter. He has great stand up, and he has some of the best leg kicks in the business. He wants to use his jab to control distance, and he's a good wrestler when it comes to it, but he never uses it. He always wants to use his power. Kopylov, fantastic striker, finishing ability, and he has some of the best defensive discipline I've ever seen in the UFC.
Oh yeah.
He has great footwork, and he has sniper-like reflexes with that right hand.
This guy.
This fight is fun. This is
fun. This is going to be a fun fight. I completely agree. Dude, I love he shoots takedowns. And I'm talking about Kopylov with that. Dude, is the strike. He's got such great cardio. And the thing that I really do also like about the kickboxing really shows at what is his, I think he's definitely, his significant strikes per minute are high. I got lost on my sheet. Sorry about that, people. Don't hate us for that because I got my mind all out. But he for me is going to be the better boxer, faster, cleaner boxer in this. And that's no knock for Costa. Costa, I really love him. 6 significant strikes per minute because he left his BJJ stuff in the past. And that's the thing is he needs to remember to do everything. Again, just like we said with Pitbull, it's like these fighters get over 35 and they just want to box stuff out. But I guess I see that in point fighting too. And a little bit of that is age because as you get older, you're scared to do leg kicks and stuff like that. Which, by the way, he has great leg kicks as well too. And that's something that Costa's going to have to worry about because if he's able to get Costa going, who's very active and is coming forward, he might be able to slow him down and get them significant strikes out where he's going to be able to take him out and get that. So for me, when I look at this fight, it's really even. I don't feel that a finish is going to happen. I do have some finishes though. Dan, who you got winning?
I got Paulo Costa winning by decision.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it. I don't disagree. I have Costa in a DFS lineup. He isn't really that expensive at all. Again, he does have a high strikeout, but I think this fight does go the distance. That's the thing. I do. So for me, both of these fighters are usable in DFS, regardless of who's going to win or lose. But I do think Kopylov is the winner of this. I'm taking Kopylov. You already saw that when I sent over my thing. Yeah. So when I look at knockout and points for Costa, it's a plus 220. It's a plus 220. So Dan's covered right there. Costa right now is a plus 184, with it going the distance at a negative 166. Again, the books are agreeing with me. You now have that's definitely not the parlay that we're looking for. It says plus 10,000. What do I have in? Oh, I must have that. Must have that other stuff instead there. But so when you look at that right there, it's a plus 358. A plus 358 is easy. That's a good coverage. It's going the distance. Put 1 unit on the plus 358. Put 1 unit on the knockout points. You're good. You're good with Costa. Now, the knockout for both fighters is plus 175. So that does interest me. For me, I'm going to play 2 units on the plus 175. Kopylov's money line in distance is a negative 102. So that's almost even money as well, too. So again, you're not getting the both positives like we were able to get on the previous fight, but we're going to get close to a positive. So again, I'm picking Kopylov. So therefore, I'm going to put 3 units on the distance and money line. Now, I do love Kopylov's second and third round knockout, which would be plus 700. And Kopylov with knockout and points is a negative 240. So to make sure that all of you know how to play this fight, just play the knockout, just play the Costa side. There's your 4 units. Come back over and just play the favorite heavy. Play Kopylov heavy, because if you got the 3 units on the money line distance, you got the 2 units on the knockout and points. It's close enough to where it'll be able to cover what you have on Costa. But if Costa does win, you're gonna win the plus. You're gonna win the plus 220 and the plus 358. That's all. That's how we do it, people. That's how we distinguish these fights and get them out, and bring them to you, so that way you guys have a chance against the sport books. But man, that's awesome, man. I loved it. You got anything else to add to that fight, Dan?
Oh no, that's a great fight. We covered most of it. Everything I wanted to say, I said.
I love it. I love it. So let's move along. Let's move along to the main event. In this corner, we have Max Holloway, the BMF champion of the world, against the Diamond, Dustin Poirier. Ooh, yeah.
When the Macho Man shows up, Dan, it's ready to go. It's the main event. Yeah.
Dan, talk about it.
All right, so we got 2 of the all-time greats going at it right now. Max Holloway, he is the greatest UFC featherweight champion of all time. Yes, I am going on record to saying that. He is better than Jose Aldo. He is better than Conor McGregor. He is better than Ilia Topuria. Yes, I said it.
Ew.
He is the greatest featherweight champion of all time. But
there you go. I love it.
This fight is being held at lightweight.
Yeah.
Max Holloway, he's the most active striker on the UFC roster. He holds the most strikes in a fight record. I forget how many strikes he had in the fight, but he holds the record. And he's the most accurate striker in UFC history.
That too.
I think it's like 62% of his strikes get through, which is crazy.
That is nuts. I'm looking all that up, people, so that we make sure we have it covered.
He does not look for takedowns. He will not clinch unless you clinch with him, and his takedown defense is phenomenal. Max Holloway is the best boxer the UFC has ever seen. Yes, I said it, Ilia Topuria. Yes, I said it. He is the best boxer the UFC has ever seen.
Hot takes today, people.
Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is the stalwart of the lightweight division. He is the only person I've ever wanted to see get a championship, a United Championship belt that never got it. He is one of my all-time favorite fighters, and he beat the brakes off of Conor McGregor twice, which is great.
That's pretty good. And he's also beaten Max as well twice. So
yeah, but he didn't beat the brakes off of Max.
no, he didn't beat the brakes off him.
He didn't beat the brakes off of Max. Max won that first fight. Well, the second fight, because Max tapped out in the first fight.
Yeah.
Max won that
with the second one.
Yeah, Max won that second fight. This is the third fight. This is the trilogy. Yeah. So, what else can I say about Dustin Poirier? He's fought the who's who of this division, man. Yeah, everyone.
Guys, man, it's just so much to it.
He's the only person to have Khabib in trouble with a guillotine. Literally had Khabib in a guillotine.
Yeah, that's it. And that's, again, it goes, he's a superstar. This is what we say about superstars, right?
He is one of the best fighters we will ever see in our lifetime.
All right. You know what? Even though I only started the UFC journey, I do know who Dustin Poirier is. I know who he is.
But both of these guys, if they were fighting anybody else, I'd pick them all day, every day.
I agree with that.
So, these two fighting each other, I'm making the pick today.
Go ahead.
But
you're making the pick today.
So,
do you want me to talk while you think about it? While you will hold your heart?
No, I know what I want to say, because
say it, brother.
Max Holloway is on a streak with retiring fighters. Max Holloway retired Korean Zombie. Max Holloway likes to get payback for fights he lost. And if this reaches that third round, Max Holloway will be the one pointing at the center of the ring.
Oh, so you're calling a third round knockout by Max Holloway?
I think Max Holloway is going to win by decision.
Oh, okay. Well, that at least you came down a little bit on that one. I thought you was taking you were going all in on that. So, of course, I do agree with you. I feel that this fight will go all 5 rounds, and I do feel that both fighters are going to be usable. You're looking at, on DraftKings, the 8,200, the 8,000 fighter. How many times do we say that, Dan? Middle of the road. This is one of those fights where you do put both these guys in. So that's what DraftKings is doing. They're trying to funnel you into this fight by giving 2 high-level boxers a 5-round fight and a decent price in the middle, so that now you almost have to take both of them while taking 6 pretty strong fighters, moving them over 6,000, and then taking some fighters and throwing them down. It's almost like you have to play. I do have a Max Holloway lineup as well, too, because, I mean, 8,200, he's the 8,200 guy. You couldn't pass that up. So for the DFS slates, again, that's going to be a big key. And so we're going to make one after we make one with Dan, and after I give out my crazy DFS lineup, I'm going to make sure that I make one for just that main event, and then I'm going to fill it in from there, because I want to make sure that we give you something to go off of, that you have that fight, that this is one of those fights. If it does go to the distance, there's just going to be nothing near it. That's what made that Josh Van and Roval fight so epic. If you had both of them, you scored so many points. But it was like Roval, that was the key, because he put out so much output. So for me, this is just like that. When you were talking about Holloway beat the brakes off of Calvin Kattar, and he just won a lot of money.
Made him quit. Made him quit.
Yeah. I mean, we made him quit. He beat the hell out of him. He's over 7 strikes per minute, and the defense has a 59% striking defense. That's really good. That's practically how you want to just look at it. Is that you're looking at it, and this is gonna be one of those fights with the significant strikes will be up. That is live for bets. Of course, DraftKings loves those. FanDuel puts them in late sometimes. I'm being good with you guys this week. Both sites, I'm being very good, even though I'm exposing you. So, this one's hard for me too, because I do know both these fighters. I know them from their nostalgia. I mean, even before the journey started, like I said, I knew who the Diamond was. I know who Holloway is. I know when he fought Volkanovski, right? I know all that. I used to watch that too, but it wasn't until like I was like, wait a minute, and finally came out and was like, I can watch a UFC event every weekend and do that. So I love that theory. So I love these events, and it also allows all of us to connect with all of you and give you a product, the UFC, DFS, and the betting from a different angle to try to find finishes. That's what I want from this show, is to find finishes, but us be level-headed and also put out some good stuff too. So for me, it's really, really, really hard to pick against Dustin Poirier in his hometown, but I will agree with you. I'm picking Max Holloway, and you said you wanted the decision. So for me, the decision right there is going to be, as I pull it up, just so that make sure that all of you have your numbers. All right. So the decision is a negative 130. Well, Max Holloway money line's negative 138, and the fight will go to decision is a negative 132 for Max Holloway. As of right now, it is a negative 138. Now, that was a 121 a day ago. That's when I took the bet. Again, actually, it's a plus 148 right now. So there you go. I got you right there. You got it. Sorry about that. Apparently, my phone needed to update and threw 2 numbers at me, unless they was watching us and kind of threw me a whoopee, right? Knockout in points also right now for Max is going to be, well, I had negative 185, so I just want to make sure I update. Knockout in points is a negative 130 now. So now it's coming down. Now it's moving in. So that means you're going to get a better action for it, because they don't think they're trying to discredit the knockout by doing that. But here's the fun thing about this fight, right? The knockout for this fight is a plus 150. So that when I wrote that down, right now it's a plus 145. So you don't got to play nothing. Just play knockout. That covers both fighters. I know that might confuse a lot of you that don't use. Well, FanDuel has that option, whereas DraftKings does not have that option. So when I'm saying that, that's why you have to play different slates. You go to FanDuel to take advantage of the knockout for both fighters. That way you get the plus 145, right? So then when you go over to the distance money line for Poirier, you're looking at a plus 282, and the knockout in points for him right now it was a plus 125. It is a plus 130. So you have a positive, you have a positive, you have a positive. What I'm trying to tell you is when you have positives, you play it all. You play it all, because all you need is one of those positives to happen and you get it. Of course, if a submission happens, then you're going to be like, well, then we're out. Well, yeah, but I don't think anybody's going to be there. But if you do want to cover that, it's a plus 850. Go ahead and throw a half unit on that. That way everything's covered. I'm throwing 3 units on knockout. I do think this is going to distance with it though. So that's why I'm going to play on the Max's side, the plus 148. I'm playing 3 there too. On the Poirier side, I don't have to because he's already got a plus. So let me just update this right now for Poirier, since he's a plus 112. And when I did that bet the other day, it was a little different. So I want to make sure that I get the right number for you live so that you can go bet this plus 299. So it did go up. You just throw a unit on that. You're covered, you're covered, you're covered. You're good. And then that way your knockout happens, doesn't. You got the other action. It's covered. You're good. And your DFS wise, that's what you can cover. Man, I love it, bro. But now it's time to get into the meat and the potatoes of this podcast. It's time to get into the DFS lineups, the parlay of pain, and a whole bunch of bold picks. Do you have, looking at the rest of this card, was there any fighter that stuck out that you thought might have a finish or might go the distance, or something that you might wanted to play that you thought might be crazy?
Marvin Vettori wins by knockout.
Ooh, Marvin Vettori. And that is the other DFS breaker. Between Pitbull and Vettori, you got all day. I do think that he can do it, man. I just love this guy. You can't finish him. And because you can't finish him, that just makes it a problem for most people. Mm-hmm. So for me, it gives that fighting advantage. Plus, he's been punked a lot. He literally has been punked a lot. This fight was already supposed to happen prior to it anyway. And the fact that it hasn't happened is criminal. So that's why Vettori took that little punk fight months ago. And then now we got where he's at right now. So you got Vettori by knockout. I mean, this has got to be at least by 750. This got to be 750. Oh, gee. Nah. It's plus 1,300. It's plus 1,300. I'll play that. And if you want to be covered, I think it happens late. Second, third round knockout, FanDuel, plus 2,500. I love it. But of course, for that fight, here's a free one for you. I have it going to distance. I've not picked that fight. I should pick Brandon Allen. This might be my only loss of the night. I'm picking Marvin Vettori. So there you go. You got another pick online right now. That's probably one of the hardest fights to pick as well. So I like it. Let's get to some of the bold picks. All right. Ryan Spann, knockout. First and second round. Gauthier, knockout. You know what's happening. We already got the Zellhuber, and we got our boy, Dulatov. Boy is getting a knock. I'm telling you. Some of those fighters I just mentioned are part of the 5tastic picks that will be on drroto.com behind the paywall. That is why you have to join and use code word DOC so that you can get those. That will tell you exactly, like this show, that. Plus, you'll have your DFS plays in there as well. So, did you do your DFS lineup this week? Did you get the notification?
I did. It wouldn't let me log in, but I don't know the odds or the prices
That's
for
okay.
people. But
that's all right. So, give me the 3 fighters you think are going to win.
Holland, Ige, and Costa.
Okay, you could just go on Costa. I don't even think you need to go Costa. You getting all wild, bro. Who was the first person you said?
Holland.
Okay. That's actually really nice. So right now, your average for the last 3 fighters would be 8,200. So you have 3 fighters at 8,200. You got Poirier, Holloway, Oliveira, and then Spann's 87. Kopylov is 89. That's where you're kind of going.
I'm taking Max Holloway.
Okay.
Take Max Holloway.
You're 8,300 per fighter.
All right. What about Michael Johnson?
Oh, dude, you're just. All right. You have 9,900. You have enough for Bruno Ferreira, who's going to probably knock out McVeigh. You got Dulatov, Zellhuber, Gauthier.
Nah, I'm taking Marvin Vettori.
Bro, you got like $8,000 left. $2,500 left. You don't want to come off of any of those guys, or locking it in?
Nope, I'm locking that in.
You got $2,005 left. People, let's do it. All right. Now, this was my first take of me going super, super cheap and trying to get as many of the higher $9,000 people in. We're going to go Vettori, Cagliari. Yeah, there's a girl fight. It's the first fight of the day.
Yep.
If that fight can go to the distance in Cagliari's boxing, do you know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Nicole Cagliari? You got something to say? Go ahead.
No, she's a great boxer. Mm-hmm. I mean, she likes to keep the distance, and she likes to use her front kicks also. So
yeah, and she is fighting Carly Judice. Judice is the favorite in this fight, but for DFS reasons, I like Cagliari. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think Cagliari. I said that right. I really liked her price. That allowed me to get Oliveira, Spann, Kopylov, and Gutier. So Gutier is going to be my most expensive fighter. I will also tell you, Atebe is in all of my DFS lineups. He's in every one of them. Like, I'm just not even going to play this game. Like, that's it. So now we're going to make a lineup right here. And I'm just going to let y'all know this right now, right fact. Take it all. Actually, captain mode's available as well, too. So I can play with the captain mode for you guys because that takes a little bit of skill that'll take you out. Honestly, right from the go, I told you Gautier is in there. And I'm going right down to my boy Vittori. I'm going right down to Pitbull. So right there, those are my two cheap guys. Puts me at 85 right there. So let's get a little crazy. Let's go Holloway. Gives us 87 each left, which would practically put us at Oliveira, because the 8,900 gives me Kopylov. So if you didn't want to go Kopylov, you could go Ryan Spann, who's also great. This gives you a chance to go Kopylov. Honestly, Ryan Spann's most likely going to get the finish on Brzezinski. So that's probably there. You have $200 left. Gautier, Vittori, Pitbull, Holloway, Oliveira, Spann. That's what the Fight Club of Pain does. Boom. Right? Lock it in. Not now. I'm just going to give you free lineups. You can get mad at me, right? Captain mode. Captain mode's going to charge for the captain, of course. So right off the go, you just go all the way down to Vittori, who's going to get you $8,100 in your captain. Go Gautier immediately right there. We're going to go Kopylov, right? We got 8,000 left. This is where you got to get cheap. Holloway for 7,000. Woo-wee. Let's go Poirier. And, well, we ain't going to go Poirier. Let's take him out. We're going to go Zellhuber. And then we got 7,700 for Oliveira. So, Vittori, captain, Gautier, Kopylov, Holloway, Zellhuber, Oliveira. Only one of those dudes is literally an underdog. One. I give you 5 favorites. 1 underdog. That's, again, what we do. It's all I wanted to say. Now let's get to the Parlay of Pain. Dude, last week, like I said, I got smoked with the first thing. Had to come off of it. Actually have it right here. So the Parlay of Pain started as Fatima, knockout sub, or sub 1-2, which was plus 460. She almost got it. Davis, second round knockout, got it. Bonfim, missed on that one. Petrino, 1. Lewis, 1. Got that. 3-2. So that's why I say, play as singles, play as that. Also, I've been drinking a cup out of my Bring the Pain. I've been drinking coffee out of my Bring the Pain cup all night long. That coffee comes to me from a good friend of mine, Nagus Charm Coffees. You can find him at naguscharmscoffees.com. This right here is what he calls his Bali Bliss. You have a peanut, cherry, and chocolate taste. One of my most favorites. There's a local coffee place that the Bali was one of my favorite coffees. This one is a little better, a lot smoother. The beans come from somebody that, the story of Nagus Charm Coffee is amazing as well too. So I'm bringing them up because that is somebody that is looking into coming on as a sponsor of Bring the Pain itself. So that's what I'm saying is, like, I'm out here trying to do as much. Hopefully Campbell Soup can give us a call because we definitely want to get that soup can of the week.
Soup can of the week.
Soup can of the week. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to play this open-ended. Kevin Holland, knock out both fighters, plus 135. Gautier, knock out both fighters, negative 290. Right there, you'll look, and then you have, that's it right there. Then you have Bruno, knockout. The knockout for Bruno was 165. That was actually better than his normal knockout. So you're at plus 400. When you threw in Dulatov, knockout straight up, negative 145. So that's for just straight up knockout. Plus 759 right now. I am going a little safer on this one, hoping that we can pull this one out. Oliveira, knockout and points, negative 145. puts you at a parlay of pain of plus 1,349 if you get any kind of boosts. If they give you one, I want to say DraftKings did give one out on their site, which I did use for a 3-hit one. You can increase that. Plus 1349. I got nothing for you, people. I hope you do play those as singles. Play it as a 2-bang. Play it as a 3-bang. What you want to do is start at the bottom. Start with the first fight and then work your way up. So that way, start with the Bruno fight and then go run with the Dolotov and then play that as 2. Then move up, move up, move up so that you build your ladder and that you can win the whole night. And at the final end, unlike me last week when I was given the option at 11-0 heading into the main event with Lewis I could have cashed out for 55% of my winnings. I said no. I said that because I knew I was already winning big at DFS. And the whole Lewis fight didn't make a difference. I had picked winners all night long. Everybody in my lineup. I had six fighters in my lineup last week that were all favorites. On DraftKings, I had 4. And that 4 is the one that produced. And one of those fighters that was the underdog was Derek Lewis, who slept the shit out of my 12th pick.
I called it.
11-1.
I called it.
Hey, I didn't say you was lying, brother, man. I didn't say you was lying. All right, everybody. You can find us at drroto.com. You can find us on the X. You can find me, of course, at Heat Override. You can just look up at Dan. You could just go find him. And you could just find it because he doesn't have it spelled out there, so I'm not going to have that done right now. So I want to say thank you to everybody last week as well, too, that showed up for the show, as well as everybody that had showed up for this week. I hope that all the content that you understand. If you have any questions, again, ask us. If you need clarity or if you just want to play one side, we'll just give you those bets back to one side. Make sure you got that. I also want to say and extend out, we are talking with We Want Picks right now. I want to talk to them, do an interview. Angelo and the guys are putting out amazing content as well, too, for the UFC. They do a lot of the stuff. I love the personalities. I love that the way that they dive into the fights and they tell you a lot. I'm talking about Jacob, the freckled salamander. Woo, yeah. Bet Sam, Artem, all those guys and the rest of their crew are doing a great job. So I reached out and they reached back, and I thought that this would be a fun podcast. Dan, what'd you think about that?
Man, I hope they come on, man, or I hope we get invited on theirs. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to these guys. They're great.
I would love to do a collab, but I just want to interview them. I just want to know the story. I'm now in this game in the world of UFC, and that's what I really want to do. So I want to get that. We're trying to get that planned out for the next week. I gave him my complete schedule, and that's what we got. Like I said, with everything going on in the future of Bring the Pain and the Fight Club of Pain, we're really trying to give you all the best content because we have the right prescription to cure all of your fantasy needs. I'm so good at that. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Dan. And always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well and take care.